the first 8-foot section ready to go here with the risers. So Michelle and I are going to try to put the top on this box now and pass this rod through. So we'll see how that goes.
Can I do this in Crocs?
I think so. Sure. Put the safety strap on.
Crocs and socks?
Hey, here.
Oh, should I have
Too late. Too late, out of time. Want that way, please? Yeah. So now I'm going to try to balance on here.
Whoa. Let's miss that stuff.
Don't knock these rods over. Hold on.
Ow, I grabbed
Push that rod in. You can.
thorns. Through this thing or no?
No, in front of that.
This is the thing that was working. Okay. Did you do that other way or no?
It's outside the area. We have finished the boxing of the footing. The rectangle cutouts you see here are a 6-inch cutout. The wall is actually an 8-inch wall. So this will allow the concrete to go through the wall as it's poured and fill the footing. So this is 3/4 inch plywood with 1.5 inch screws screwed every 10 to 12 inches all the way around to screw that deck down so it doesn't push up. We've got all the 90s done. What I've done is, I don't know if you can see the two faint red chalk lines, is I've measured the 8-inch wall and then added the 3/4 inch plywood. So the total outside distance should be 9.5 now. So we're 9.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to screw 2x4s on end all along that 9.5 on both sides, and then the plywood will drop in and screw in through the 2x4. So I'm going to take you for a little tour. So this is the inside of the beam, and there's obviously going to be another piece of plywood here, and then we'll have horizontal rebar. But on the inside, it's all strapped down to a 2x4. And then here's the end here where it joins to these stairs. And I have to put some rod in, and then I'm going to let this concrete go over the side here and go down in behind here to fill that void as well. So yeah, that's what we're looking at so far. Definitely making some progress today, which is good. Still calling for thunder showers this afternoon, so a little bit concerned about that, but at least we've got the high side. This is the tallest dirt bank on this side on the back here. So if we did have any issues of stuff sort of sloughing off here, I think we're safe. Might bend the wall a little bit here, but not too sure, but I think we're okay. You can guess where I am. I am in the front yard building a wall. Still making some good progress though. We've pretty much got it all formed up. I just need to drill all the holes for the concrete ties that go across. What we need to do is snap a chalk line where these ties are going to go, and then the ties go through and hold the wall 8 inches apart, and then you can run your horizontal rebar on top of that. So what I've done down at this end is screwed 2 screws in, one 4 inches from the top and the other one I think it's about 5 inches up from that toe plate 2x4, and we're going to pull a chalk line all the way down to that end, and then we're going to mark 12 inches on center, and we're going to start drilling 1/2 inch holes through the plywood here for the concrete ties. So this end is a bit different than the other end. We've got an existing slab that's here, which is quite thick, so I've drilled and inserted rebar into that slab, and this whole area here is going to be poured with solid concrete, and the footing here to keep that from sinking anymore. This corner is sunk down already because it's just dirt underneath it, nothing else. So it'll be sitting on top of this form here as well, so it'll make it nice and tough and strong. So that's what we want, nice and strong. So I just want to give you an update on where we're at. I did a bunch of drilling, obviously, yesterday, and you can see all these little ties that go through. So those ties this is the bar that runs horizontally here is called a whaler bar, and those are concrete ties. Those concrete ties are exactly 8 inches wide. So when you put them through, like right now there's no tension on the wall. So you'll see it's kind of runs a bit like this, right? Because sometimes the whaler bars are loose on one side where they haven't pushed the wall out. So what we do for that is we pound these big stakes in the ground. On the uphill side is generally the best, and then I put a ratchet strap on. I run a string from the edge of that 2x4 all the way to the edge of this 2x4. And you just want the string so it's just bouncing against the 2x4 here, eh? And you tighten the ratchet strap up so that we know that this side of the form is 100% straight. As soon as you pour concrete into this wall, it pushes the walls out to that specified 8-inch concrete tie, which then makes that side of the wall straight. You can see here where it's out. You can see the string is off the 2x4, so I'll pound a stake there and I'll pull that out just so that this side is perfectly straight. And we're going to support it all. We're going to run 2x4s from these straps are just temporary to pull it to make the job easier for me. Then we're going to put a 2x4 from here and nail it to the top of this wall here. So as soon as they pour concrete in, we know that this wall is straight. It's going to push the concrete ties out to their 8-inch width, and that's how you end up with a straight wall. Fingers crossed. So all the steel is in here, all the ties are in. We're just putting in the supports on the back now. There's not too much else to do. A few little things here and there that we want to do. We've got the bulkheads here at either end. I've supported this bulkhead to the 12x12 cedar post on the deck there, just so that bulkhead doesn't blow out. I'll probably do something similar to that on this side. I'll pound some stakes in the ground across those stairs and push some 2x4s against that bulkhead as well to make sure it doesn't come out. Guess what day it is today? That's right, it's concrete day. So we're going to be pouring the concrete retaining wall sometime before noon. Pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get that on video. There's quite a few people that'll be here and stuff, and want to respect their privacy as well, but we'll definitely show you after the pour is done how everything turned out. So let's go down and have a look at the forms before the truck comes. Okay, so here we are. We've got our orange string attached on the outside of the form here, and if we follow it, you know, it's kind of hard here, but it's basically just touching that 2x4 all the way down on this side of the form. You can see it traveling down here. So what's a bit deceiving is if you look down the form right now, you'll see this side, maybe on video you can see that's a bit wavy, and the only reason that is because these concrete ties haven't fully expanded to their 8-inch width based on just the way the plywood is or whatever. But as soon as we get pressure in there from the concrete, it's going to push that side out to the 8-inch and make it straight. This side is held straight by those stakes and the support pieces that are screwed to the 2x4. So that's the whole idea of running the string, is to tighten up the one side and make it perfectly straight. Then as soon as you add the concrete, it'll expand and put pressure on the concrete ties and the whaler bars on the outside, and that's what makes it exactly 8 inches wide. Okay, concrete truck just left, so we're gonna take a look at this, and we're gonna show you my homemade corner trowel that I made out of scrap metal. Here she is. Concrete wall. So you definitely see some concrete coming out of the footing, which is good. We had the vibrator tool going nicely. So you can see here where I've started. I don't want to get in the shadow here, but you can see where I've smoothed, and this is rough now. So we're going to keep working our way along here. Okay, sorry, had to cut you off there for a bit, but I'm back now. We're getting into a time crunch where I wasn't moving fast enough holding the camera. So we basically got the edging done, and we've done a broom finish on the top, just with a little handheld broom. Sort of tapered the corners there a bit as well. So yeah, really happy with how that turned out. The pour went relatively smoothly, and nothing got. The form stayed together. No concrete sprayed all over the house. The crew was awesome. Yeah, now we gotta wait 48 hours probably before we can push a bit of this dirt back in here, just to get it off the grass. I'm not going to get too crazy and bury it and compact it and stuff like that until probably 5 to 7 days is the safe time. But I definitely saw concrete coming out where there's gaps underneath the form with the vibrating tool, so that would indicate that the footing is full, which is great. We used almost all the trucks, the concrete that was on the truck, which was 4 cubic yards, no, 4 cubic meters is what this took in concrete. And the mixture was 30 MPa. I wanted 25, but you got to use the smaller rock, I guess, to go through the pumper. So this is 30 MPa concrete with lots of steel, 8-inch thick wall, 11 to 12 inches on average for a footing, and 24-inch height. So that's going to be it for now. We'll check back with you probably when we're doing some backfilling. You'll see some tractor work as well, and then we're going to cut some of the forms off here and take the whaler bars out and all that. Okay, so that's a wrap on the retaining wall. You'll see some more pictures of it as we do more work and filling and stuff, but that basically is the retaining wall. Stripping it was almost as painful as drilling the 200 holes through the 3/4 inch plywood, so I saved you the pain of that. So what we're left with here is just a 2x4 and a thin sheet of 3/4 ply. I just ran a skill saw down here, and we actually saved the plywood, and we're going to make shelves for it in our Costco shed. So it's nice to be able to repurpose that. It's exactly what we needed to hold this whole thing in. So Michelle's just picking some rocks now, the big ones. She loves picking rocks. So we're gonna pick the big rocks out for right now, because we might want to save them for something else. And then we're just gonna push a little bit of dirt in on this side here so we can have this pathway back. We're not gonna compact it because I don't want to put any pressure against the wall right now. They said about 5 to 7 days, but they said you can push the dirt back, just don't try to compact it. So I'm going to try to lightly push this stuff in here, maybe turn the tractor around and just kind of push that dirt that's on the side there in with the backhoe, just so we have it off here now, and then we can use this pathway to walk on again, which would be nice. So yeah, so that's it for the retaining wall project. I appreciate you hanging out and watching this series. It's been fun, I guess. Concrete forming's not my most favorite thing. It's a lot of hard work and pretty heavy stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do it again for a while, let's put it that way. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, maybe share them with a family member or friend, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Say bye, Michelle.